Hey everybody, Neil here. Welcome back to the Weekly Source. It's been a couple weeks, so we recorded about 6 videos at Eclipse. We've released them all with some really amazing guests, but now we are back to some of the solo videos talking about what's trending, some of the latest in benefits in HR, which leads us to a very topical discussion around the gig economy. Whether it's a gig economy or feudalism, that's what California has been asking, and they've actually had state legislation pass a bill that counts some of the gig workers or contract workers as full-time employees, so get the benefits, minimum wage benefits, healthcare benefits that would come with being a full-time employee. It is set to get to Governor Gavin Newsom's desk, and it's expected to be signed. So it's got some big ramifications on gig workers. So let's take a quick look at who's for, who's against. Obviously, who's going to be pro the contract workers, and it's not just Uber, Lyft. You see the companies there and their drivers. But this thing dates back to 14 years where you've got janitors and security guards, contract workers that it affects as well. Also, some of the state legislators that, they're seeing these companies claim to be innovators, and one of the quotes in the article we read was, there's nothing innovative about underpaying an employee. So they're really gung-ho on pushing this thing across. Who's against? Well, first, the 2 companies that are all over the bill right now is Uber and Lyft. Their stand to lose if this does pass through, close to $800 million alone just between those 2 companies, and then other ones like DoorDash and meal delivery are also next to go. But then there's also 150 other apps that are powered by gig workers that are all at stake if this bill gets passed as well. A couple things by the numbers, 220,000. That's the number of Uber and Lyft drivers in the state of California alone. And you think of a state like California that's got the highest poverty rate out of all U.S. states. It's a pretty big piece with that load of workforce with no union activity as well. So that's what we're monitoring here. And then also $7 billion. That's the amount of payroll tax that's being evaded by companies counting these employees as gig workers and not full-time employees. So a lot of dollars at stake, again, when you think of the poverty rate in the state of California. Big ramifications. So as we look ahead, what to monitor? Well, again, Governor Newsom has claimed that he will sign this bill, and it's expected to go into effect January 1, 2020. But like technology and sometimes fashion, things start in the West and they come east. Governor Andrew Cuomo of New York has said, we don't like to lag California in anything, so he's expected to follow suit. So definitely something to monitor closely. More benefits for gig workers is definitely a plus. But again, what are the ramifications to some of these businesses that have started with gig contractors, allowing them the flexibility without having to pay the taxes and the benefits that go along with it. So definitely something to monitor. Just had the Democratic debate last week. It's a hot topic as well, so something we'll stay on. And looking for your feedback in the comments below. Otherwise, we'll see you next week on the Weekly Source.